All right. Yep, go ahead.
Alright, so last time I just told you guys about my informative speech about how marijuana came into the United States, and basically its history, the timeline, and how it became legal. So today I plan to, that's my topic. It's a question. Should marijuana remain prohibited? I want to start by asking you guys a quick question. If you think that today, if I ask you, you stand up in front of everybody and agree that marijuana should be legalized, can you just show your hands?
Should be legalized?
Yeah, legalized.
Should be legalized?
Yeah. Honestly, I would do the same thing, but if I didn't know what I know now, you would? That's three people? You would? Alright. So how many people wouldn't be against marijuana? How many people would be against the legalization of marijuana?
Nobody.
Just three people?
Oh, yeah.
How many people do not care? Wow. I don't understand why. You're a Chinese boy, right? Alright, let's just continue. No offense, Garrett. Alright. So all of you, right? If I ask today, how many of you guys would give up anything to help a kid in Africa? Maybe China or some of these third world countries or continents. How many will take up your hands? A lot of you, right? But of course, this is your country, right? United States of America. And you don't even care about the legalization of marijuana. That's ridiculous. It's a pity. Because marijuana is actually a very dangerous substance. I mean, no death has actually been recorded to marijuana. But the stuff it could do to you is really, really harmful. And this is your country, and you do not care how marijuana is actually used. And how people's ignorance actually taken advantage of. Alright. In order to persuade you guys today, I hope to use this method. I'm going to give you guys most of the 3 advantages why people believe marijuana should be legalized. The main reasons, if I ask anyone, marijuana should be legalized because of the economic advantages and reduction in crime. And also, marijuana is healthy, it's not addictive. So, in order to persuade you guys, I'm going to go against all these 3 advantages. I say what I feel and how I believe marijuana actually goes against all these beliefs. First of all, according to research in George Mason University School of Public Policy, making marijuana legal is going to increase the state's revenue. Research in California showed that citizens spent approximately $14 billion in purchasing illegal marijuana. So if the state should actually tax this marijuana, they believe they could get at least $1.4 billion in revenue annually. But we should ask ourselves this question: is this all about money? Your country was not found in money, last time I checked. But basically now everybody seems to be chasing after the money. Where does democracy come in? Democracy, as defined by the Webster's Dictionary, is government by the people, for the people. So basically, you guys elect who you want to be your president or who you want to lead you because you believe they could lead you in the right way. Not just give you anything you want. Like if you stand up and say, legalize marijuana, they can't just give it to you. Because that's what you want. They have to give you what you actually need and what's going to help you. So first, let's say marijuana is actually legalized, right? It increases money. And after that, what's going to happen? Is that just it? Increasing money for the state? What's going to happen in the long run? We make up the economy of the United States. You and me and everybody here, right? If there is no us, there is no economy. Taking marijuana each and every day will make us less productive. And just making that legal give us easier access to marijuana. And if we smoke that, we're going to be less productive, and the standard of living in the United States is going to go down. Which brings me to the economic principle that states that the nation's standard of living is measured by the ability to produce. If we cannot produce, our standard of living is going to go down. And how does that happen? Taking marijuana. You can't be thinking properly in your right mind if you're taking marijuana. Your thinking is going to be impaired. Okay, keep going. 20 years later, what's going to happen? Everyone gets down to using marijuana and gets independence increases. All their money, all their billions of dollars that the state assumes to be making is going to be spent in rehab centers. So how does that count? There's no money made after all. You make that money and you spend that money in rehab centers just to kill people. dependence on marijuana. So the second advantage people say legalizing marijuana could bring is reduce crime. I don't believe that. I don't know if you guys do. But actually, so according to the principle of microeconomics, rational people think at the margin, right? Legalizing marijuana today could actually reduce crime, but just within a short period of time. What happens 20 years later or 50 years later? Can you look back and say we've actually done the right thing by legalizing marijuana today? Let me take you guys back a few years back to when alcohol was actually illegal. Well, alcohol was illegal for a period of time. There was crime, there was killing, there was like robbery, people trying to like bootleg, sell the alcohol, stuff like that. So finally, alcohol was made legal. As alcohol is made legal, if I ask you today, has crime actually reduced? No, there's still crime. Has DUI actually reduced? There's still, everything is going up. Liquor store robbery, there's increased domestic violence, all of them. Nothing has actually changed. But alcohol is legal. And today I tell you that every single day, people are actually dying because of alcohol-related issues. Your brothers, your sisters, your families, they're all passing out because of alcohol-related issues, and you can't bring them back. And the same thing will happen if marijuana is actually legal. That's what I'm trying to tell you today. The same thing is going to happen if marijuana is made legal. So finally, let's say marijuana is healthy. It's not addictive, hasn't killed anybody compared to like tobacco and how it can actually damage your lungs. It could help alleviate pain, and it's less toxic than pharmaceutical drugs. According to the emeritus professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School, he said that doctors and nurses have seen that for many patients, cannabis is more useful and less toxic and less expensive than other conventional medical drugs. Well, the truth is today that marijuana is very, very addictive, just like cigarettes and alcohol. You might not have a physical addiction. You might not have a physical addiction on the drug, but people tend to have a lot of emotional addiction on that drug. You know, the kind of feeling it gives you, that high you get from smoking marijuana, you want to keep getting back that high, and then you depend on that drug. So every time you smoke marijuana, it increases your level of dopamine more than the way your body actually produces. And in order to keep up with that level, you have to keep taking that drug more often. According to treatment episodes data, more teens are in treatment with primary diagnosis of marijuana dependence than for all other illicit drugs combined. And research from a cohort study shows that people who use marijuana weekly have a double risk of depression in life and later on in life. That's really sad, actually, if you come to look at it. And also, one more thing, marijuana is a gateway drug. Smoking or using marijuana can actually open ways for you to get to use other harder drugs and cocaine, crystal meth, and things that are more terrible. First was alcohol. Alcohol was illegal. Now it's made legal. So we are not satisfied. We still want to get higher than alcohol. We decide to take alcohol and weed together to achieve that great high. So if weed is actually made legal, what else do we want? We want cocaine too. And cocaine is made along legal too. We want to take alcohol, weed, and cocaine, three of them to achieve a great high. But that's not going to be enough. We want to go to crystal meth. And it's going to keep increasing just like that till we waste our life away just by taking marijuana. So I speak to you guys today with a very emotional and heartbreaking story about things I've actually heard about. I don't know if you guys have heard about Len Bias. He was actually a student from Maryland, basketball player, like a couple of years back. As good as Michael Jordan was actually compared to him, who was better than him. And the first time he actually took coke, he took cocaine, and he died. He was drafted to be in Boston Celtics, the first professional player who never actually played. He died. I wouldn't compare cocaine to marijuana, but I believe he used marijuana one time in his life. But that high wasn't enough. He decided to try cocaine, and now he's gone. You guys don't want to be the first people to try marijuana. If you've smoked it before, if you haven't smoked it before, I persuade you and beg you today, please do not try it. Because you could be the first person, that one person that will actually prove that marijuana can kill you. Or you could go retarded from smoking marijuana. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. I just want to